led by Gowon, sponsored by Britain. Ruthless, cruel, heartless, godless colonial policy played by Britain. And the Igbos were stopped because actually leaving the entire tribes in Nigeria to fight only Igbo, we will have our ways. We would have, came out with flying colors. Victory is it. Britain, Egypt, Chad, Cameroon, France, Russia, Fulani, Yoruba, mid-belt, the whole.
This week, our story takes us to West Africa in 1970, to the former secessionist state of Biafra. And luckily, we have our resident history buff, Jeff Abramowitz, in studio. Jeff, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you. I'd like to start by quoting the Bible, which is not something I do often or even at all for that matter, from the book of Ecclesiastes. That which has been shall be. That which has been done shall be done. There is nothing new under the sun.
So how does that connect to Biafra?
Because we are talking about a civil war, the Nigerian Civil War, which was one of the world's great humanitarian crises of its time, still resonates in Africa. It was a war when the eastern part of Nigeria, which was mainly Christian, dominated by the Igbo tribe, broke away from Muslim-dominated West Nigeria, its own state Biafra, fought a brutal, bitter war, held out for 3 years, but then was starved into submission. The estimates are that 1 million people died in 3 years. I'm going to say that again, 1 million people. At one stage, they were estimating 3,000 to 5,000 people a day.
I just want to draw our viewers' attention to the photos on the screen of these poor, starving children.
This is the thing. Nobody paid much attention to the war.
Right.
It was just Africans fighting each other, which, at the risk of being labeled a racist, was what the West was used to seeing throughout the 1960s. But then photographers got into Biafra and took these photographs and brought, especially a man called Donald McCullen, but not only here, they brought back photographs of the starving, of the dying, and the conscience of the world was outraged. Now, Nigeria put a blockade on Biafra, total blockade. They were helped by Russia and a Western state I won't mention, but I will say that the British cabinet papers of the time make very interesting reading. No medicine or food could get into Biafra. People starved. There were relief flights coming in, but not enough to keep them alive. There were missionaries in Biafra who did amazing work. I think it was the Irish Holy Ghost Order. If I get the name wrong, I apologize. I'm not that clued up on Irish Catholic orders.
That's all right.
But they did amazing work. And the organization Doctors Without Borders was founded as a result of Biafra. The conscience of the world. These pictures, the pictures we saw of the starving children, it was the great humanitarian cause of the day.
And now pictures like these are used all around the world to try to convince people to donate money to Africa. And
right.
This was the beginning
Biafra's
of that.
Luck or bad luck was that there weren't a bunch of egomaniacal pop stars to sing a song about them, but they died. They didn't survive. Right.
BC, before Jesus, our Lord, before emancipation of Christianity as Christ, commenced it, Biafra was. Because I know that Eri and his kinsmen, migrated from Middle East. That's from God, the 5th son of Jacob. We are not hiding it anymore. We know that most of the ethnicities in Nigeria are doubtful about it. Some are not even doubtful. But as a result of jealousy, transportation of jealousy, they don't want to own it up that Igbo man comes from the Jews. Yet, there are actually seen many examples that indicates Igbos are the Jews, black Jews. Listen and listen good though. The fact that Jesus Christ is black, I'm not doubting it anymore. But one thing I know is that black Jews are in existence in Israel today. If you go to Israel, you see black women, black men who are black like me. They are mostly brownish in color. And these are the same descendants of God from where Eri, the father of the Holy Ghost. originated from. You know, our descent or ancestry is traced to the Jew. It's not to paint the Igbos gold or black, but we're trying to narrate our history, where we came from. Every nationality in the world comes from a place. But Igbo man actually traces his own. What do you think about the Igbos? Much successful people. The Nigerian nation actually fought tooth and nail to bring down the Igbo nation, especially the Fulani Janjaweeds, the Yoruba from the axis of Awolowo, trying to blockade where food, relief material are entering into Igbo land. That's why most of the Biafran children were almost disallowed, annihilated because of their Kwachoko. Kwachoko that actually decimated the entire Biafran nation during the war attracted an Irish man to set himself ablaze in front of United Nations Secretariat in New York. He's an Irish man. Biafra should immortalize the man, and that man still in our hearts today. He died. He poured himself fuel. He sprinkled gasoline on his body as a result of what Biafran children were going through from 1967 down to 1970. He ignited matches on lights, live lights, and today the man is dead. Passion an Irishman had for the Igbos, Igbo nation, that were killed. Let me use the word. YouTube is listening to me. As a result of Nigerian military clique led by Gowon, sponsored by Britain, ruthless, cruel, heartless, godless colonial policy played by Britain, and the Igbos were stopped because actually leaving the entire tribes in Nigeria to fight only Igbo, we will have our ways. We would have, came out with flying colors. Victory is it. Britain, Egypt, Chad, Cameroon, France, Russia, Fulani, Yoruba, mid-belts, the whole nationalities that are mid-beltans fought the Igbo man, the Biafrans, during the war, and we actually came out victorious. No conqueror, no vanquish, as in nobody was a victor. It is a lie. The Biafrans were victors. Leaving us with Nigeria, we would have brought them down to the mud. We don't doubt it. Igbo man is quite different from anybody, any nationality in Africa. Okay? We are talking, you just concentrate. Concentrate, nothing mega, nothing is going on to happen. Kanu has been winning and winning. That winning streak is going on, and it has brought this kind of awareness all over the world. The Igbos in diaspora are annoyed. Reasons why Omotocha should be at least prolonging Mazin and the Kanu's trial. Igbo man is better than Yoruba man, Hausa man, Fulani man, greater than all the ethnicities in Nigeria that are ganging up together against the Igbos. Yes, I'm telling you the fact. And if an Israeli man could quote Bible about the Igbos, he is right, 100% right. What are you talking about? We were before Nigeria. Nigeria just was in 1914. Are we adding it again? That's why the Fulani Janjaweeds actually could not allow our education ministries to, include history in our educational curriculum. Because they don't want us to know where we are from. They don't want us to know where Fulani man came from. Futajelo Highlands, Senegambia. Visitors from Sahel country actually deceived the Hausas, infiltrated them, and mounted, sitting on the Hausas till today. The Hausa man is nowhere to be found in Nigeria political system. Why? Because Hausa man was Mugu, Mbada, Mumu.
Are they regretting?
They are regretting currently. Exonerating the man that actually educated them about the Fulani Janjaweeds, imperialism, hegemony. Yes, that's why the Hausas are not happy today. But you can't teach me about my tribe, Igbo, where I come from. I'm from Eri Kingdom. And Eri was begat by God. Is Tinubu not aware? That's why he loves money. Tinubu loves money to the detriment of an Igbo man, allowing a child, a boy he gave birth to, small boy. How many years old is Kanu? Kanu is a boy.
No, you cannot call him a boy.
No, he's a boy.
He's a man of 50 years old.
Listen and listen good is a boy. Whom you are is what you have here. An old man could not be regurgitating the past the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been actually elucidating the history of the Igbos, the history of Africa presently. Nobody has equated or equaled Mazi Nnamdi Kanu intellectual, let me say, acumen or prowess. The lawyers in the court, the presiding chief judge, still receives lecture today, yesterday, and so on and so forth. Anytime he appears in court, from him, he teaches everybody. The law. Oga man was born before education. What about school? We attended school, but man was born before education. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more educated than Western education. That's why Nigeria is delaying him. They know the aftermath of Civil War. That's why they are not happy that Mazi is about to actually erupt. He is erupting. Explosion that will shake African continent. The prince of Africa, the tribe, the nation that will actually ally with Ibrahim Traore. Traore is dreaming about Kanu. Nigerians are Mugu. Look at all of them. Nobody knows what Fulani is doing to everybody. Yoruba man will make money, go and sleep, go to stay at the park, motor park, they collect money. Owoda. You don't know what is going on. Owoda. So that we'll be serving and serving political leaders until Jesus comes. Nobody actually dreams about emancipation of your own nationality, your own source, your originality, where you come from, because of chicken change. Having to actually apprehended Kanu, where he was charging Nigerian defensive team, legal defense team. You, because of social amount, an old man like you don't know law. You don't know anything about Nigerian law.
That was the February.
Yes, it doesn't matter. That was the lecture. That was the lecture. That is the lecture I'm talking about. He lectured them in the court. And what actually happened was that Biafran Yako rescued herself and absconded. Where is Biafran Yako today? He's a Fulani judge. Out of shame, disgrace, scandal. Let me tell you. Who? Biafran Yako ran away. He saved her integrity. James Omotocho has actually come to dazzle. I don't know, because Yoruba man. No. I'm an Igbo man. I don't have trust. Even in some of the Igbo politicians, Igbo man, I don't have trust. Let alone trust in James Omotocho, who is adjourning and adjourning this case. Each and every appearance in the court, he will say, today will be final. I will stop this case. I will do this. I will strike this case out. He will still postpone it because his masters are at the Asorock, Department of Executive, postponing a case that should have ended since. Do you think we are fools? All Igbos in diaspora and in Nigeria are enraged over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's protracted court case. A case that was won 2 years, 3 years ago, is still lingering, and you think that Igbo man will be watching. Okay, let me tell you, enough is enough. It is too outrageous that we are still going to again court in this June. Why this June? The case is supposed to have ended since. What do you mean? Is Igbo not agitating for Oduduwa? Is Amoteku not the something with ESN? You are just roping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and coming up with fresh charges. Which fresh charges? Charges that were struck out by Supreme Court. Supreme Court is spearheaded every appeal court and any other court of jurisdiction, whether competent or not competent, in West Africa, in Nigeria. Continuation of Igbo man's marginalization, exploitation, and oppression is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in court. I don't care what anybody thinks about me or about what I'm saying. Kanu is supposed to be.
You say IPOB was not legal. If it's not legal, are you an IPOB? What is the meaning of IPOB? IPOB. Motosho said that he gives them in the midst of 2 weeks, 6 days. Inside that 6 days, they should choose one. Failure to do that, that is going to start their case as a weak one, and you know what that means. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, the leader of IPOB, have conquered Nigeria in the Federal High Court of Umuahia, Abia State, in Enugu State, and in the court of appeal of Abuja, and now is conquering them again. You can see what happened.
It's important to look at where we were before May 29. Before renewed hope, the security situation before May 29, 2023 was there, threatening the cohesion, stability, and integrity of the Nigerian state. High-profile attacks, widespread displacement, and mass casualties underscored the urgent need for a renewed national security strategy. 5 intractable security challenges impacted our country. They are Boko Haram, ISWAP, the jihadis, banditry and kidnapping in the northwest, separatist agitations in the southeast, Niger Delta, and communal conflicts, including herder-farmer clashes, especially in the north central. Your Excellency, Boko Haram insurgency. Before 2023, over 35,000 people were killed, according to estimates, official, and various conflict monitoring sources. Banditry, over 12,000, 1 million displaced, and 1 million children out of school by October 2021. In 2022, Your Excellency, high-profile bandits, notable incidents including the Kaduna train attack, the attack on the gas battalion, Owo Catholic Church attack, and the Kuje prison attack or break. Mr. President, those are the things that were happening before 2023. Kaduna State alone in 2021, Mr. President, alone, government data reported 1,192 people were killed, 3,348 kidnapped, only in Kaduna and in just 1 year before you came in. In Benue and Plateau states before May 2023, violent conflicts caused thousands of deaths, over 5,000 in Benue alone.
Because of the insecurity in Nigeria in regard to IPOB, IPOB, or whatsoever. Please, before the forming of, before the IPOB actually, standing, or is ESN, they may say, because anything that they will, put everything on ESN and mention IPOB. Before all this thing, please, was Nigeria in a safe hand? Nigeria is never for once be safe. And as a result of the unsafety certainty in Nigeria, that triggers organization or group of security like Amoteku. You can see people in plateau, other plateau of Benue now, they call them Rainbow. You can see in Benin now, they call them Eastern Security. You understand? And likewise, every other part of Nigeria.
IPOB was not legal. IPOB was not legal. That's what they said.
Then you say IPOB was not legal. If it's not legal, are you an IPOB? What is the meaning of IPOB? IPOB. I stand for Indigenous People of Biafra. I come again. I stand for Indigenous People of Biafra. That is the meaning. So you cannot have a nation without having the people there. Because the people are that nation. Are you hearing me? If you don't have people, you can never have a nation. And you cannot have nation without having people. So there is no way you can discriminate or put IPOB outside. At the same time, talk about Biafra. You must have people. That is why Shetima said the people of the land have the right to defend their land. Who are the people of the land? That means people from that place. Indigenous people of that place. The indigenous people of Biafra are the ones standing to fight, to defend themselves. They are the ones answering that Biafra. So Tinubu, they say they say they come. Who do you fight The insecurity in the whole Southeast, IPOB will never rape any girl. They never kidnap anybody. Rather, the people that are raping, even as of 3 days ago, they rape in Enugu. They rape in Ondo, which is a Yoruba state. Ondo. What do you think that sent Akere the route to early grave? It was the massacring that took place under his watch. Even that happened in the church. You understand? Don't you see the massacre that led him to form Amoteku? The shock of that video, you know, makes him put him to coma, which at the end of the day, he did not survive it after forming Amoteku. Something lead to something. Who are the people that are raping? It is the Fulanis. Who are the people that have vandalizing people's farm? The Fulanis. Who are the people destroying people's crops? The Fulanis. Who are the people acquiring people in the north? Fulanis. Who are the people killing the Nigerian military in Borno State? The Fulanis. Go to Kogi State, the Fulanis. You go to Ondo State, the Fulanis. You go to Plateau State, the Fulanis. You go to Imo State, the Fulanis. You go to Delta, it's Fulanis. Tell me the place that you will go now that you will not see Fulani, you know, having their this thing and killing people and taking over the land. The other time, in was it not in Ondo? PDP chieftain was killed and 5 million naira was collected as ransom. Who pay and no be Fulani? Not true now, no be Fulani. Have you ever seen any Igbo group that left Igbo land and come to north or to any other state to go and kill people or terrorize or disturb the security or disturb the peace of the land of the place? Have you ever heard that? The people that does that, they are the Fulanis. So how are you now accusing the IPOB over what they know now? That was how they called IPOB a terrorist. But today, and they tag Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. But in the court today, you can see what happened yesterday. Even Nigerian government are now running away. They are now trying to draw their head out. The DSS are running away too. You can see.
But DSS said they said
they're not the one that kidnapped Nnamdi.
They said their jurisdiction is just here in Nigeria, not outside Nigeria.
Not outside Nigeria. Then who then kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu? Did the Nnamdi Kanu just fly and enter Nigeria and find himself in the custody of DSS? So definitely, people must, one way or the other, be involved in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu. And where was Nnamdi Kanu coming from to court? From DSS. So why are you then denying it? That means they are indirectly trying to, you know, confess that they have made a mistake. Let them admit and do what and apologize to Nnamdi Kanu and apologize to IPOB. All the false allegations that they have leveled against the IPOB, leveled against Nnamdi Kanu. They have to apologize. Nigerian government must apologize to us. Yes, they owe us a serious apology because we are defeating them once again. You can see it. Omotosho said that he give them in the midst of 2 weeks, 6 days, inside that 6 days they should choose one. Failure to do that, that is going to start their case as a weak one. And you know what that means. Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, the leader of IPOB, have conquered Nigeria in the Federal High Court of Umuahia, Abia State, in Enugu State, and in the Court of Appeal of Abuja, and now he's conquering them again. You can see what happened. So, with having said all this, IPOB has never been the one causing insecurity in Nigeria. Tinubu should go to where they bath and carry his clothes. Ribadu, go to where you bath and carry your boxers, please, and let the IPOB alone. Leave us alone. We are fighting for justice, and justice we must get. Thank you. Justice we must get.
But I saw in a comment section on X, on social media, where somebody said that Nnamdi Kanu should beg the Southeast governors before his release, before he could be released. I need to beg the Southeast governor and also beg some Yoruba leader in the Southwest here, so that they can go and meet Buhari before Buhari will set him free.
Thunder, fire all of them. I say thunder from above. Did the man say Nnamdi Kanu offend anybody? Excuse me, is self-determination a crime? Is it a sin? Whosoever and as many that say that may thunder fire close their mouths.
So
anybody that says that may thunder close his mouth.
Is that a good idea?
It is not an idea.
Because
they're not supposed to make mention of it. Do you know what that means?
For his freedom, just to get that
Which
freedom.
What kind of freedom are you talking about? You can only beg when you commit a crime. If you commit a crime, you plead for forgiveness. But whereby you do not commit any crime, why should you apologize? When you did not commit a sin, why should you ask for forgiveness?